Morning started.
Las vibras.
Las vibras, man. Las vibras. And all I gotta say is welcome to the Broski Diddles podcast, the best podcast in all the land. Is your boy KIKO Cervantes. We got DJ BJ in the house. We got Adrian in the house. The motherfucking classics of the Broski Doodles. And today's a special day. Why? Because I shouldn't even be doing this today. I'm feeling sick. I'm fucked. If you see, I'm sweating more than usual. And I might have a pale face. But you know what? The commitment is stronger than anything. So we're here, guys. What it do, though?
What it do?
What's up, Kigo?
La Rona. What it do?
No, it's not the Rona. Oh, actually, I don't know. Maybe.
Could be.
Me and Adrian both got the Rona while being in Madrid, and it was like a bonding experience for the whole family. You know, I think it was pretty beautiful.
Yeah, he tagged me in. Kind of like a wrestling situation. First half of the trip that I was there, he had it, and then second half, I got it.
Great.
But I think, did it make you feel better that you saw me go through it, and you're like, if he got through it, fuck, I'm good.
I'm definitely gonna live.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just knew the second I saw you, I'm like, I'm fucked. Kiko dripping in sweat.
But I'm gonna change my shirt because
it's just hot in here.
Kiko just had that drip though.
Kiko picked me up from the airport with one eyeball like down to his cheek.
Oh my goodness.
Dude's just like, please get in the train, let's go. We get to his house, he takes everything off, he's dripping in sweat. He sits down, his girl brings him a bowl of soup.
Oh my god.
Like
What was saying?
Yeah, he's dripping in sweat, he's eating his soup, he's like, bro, it's nothing serious. I'm good. You know, it just happened today. I'm just feeling a little bit bad. It might be a cold that I'm getting over. Mind you, the rest of the family was quarantining because of COVID.
Oh man, damn. In retrospect, you're like,
yeah, right.
I turned the air conditioning on because
I went to ground zero.
Yeah, I mean, if we were to tell, are you talking about the COVID still?
The COVID story, yeah.
Yeah, man. There's some stories on that shit that I don't think we're proud of. So, you know, I wanted to talk to you guys about this because I'm feeling that this sickness that I have, it has to do with like stomach issues. Started 2 days ago when I had some beers with my sister. We're drinking, you know, your typical beer, not the cheap one, not the expensive one, just your all regular, you know, townspeople beer. You know, here in the Broski Doodles, we're of the people, for the people. Boofu, by us, fuck you. So I'm thinking, fuck, man, is it the time in my life where I need to leave the beer on its own? Is it time for me to evolve? And in that, you know, in that regard, is it time for all of us to evolve? And for the Broski Doodles at home, maybe you're, you know, listening to this and you're having an old 40, which, you know, we respect, is cool, but maybe that's not gonna be the best thing for your body. And I feel that when I drink whiskey, the next day I'm completely perfect. It's like nothing happened. And I'm actually gonna make an announcement. Starting today, I'm just gonna be a whiskey drinker. You know, cocktails, that's out of the picture too. Too much sugar, that's what fucks you up the next day. And you guys, you know, I mean, you're all, you know, fit looking, young as fuck and pretty. But, you know, we're in our 30s. So I wanted to hear from you guys as well. Are you experiencing this when you drink? What are the type of alcohols that you feel do you best for the next day? You know, to continue doing your endeavors, you know, the different things with your families and shit. I think that whiskey for me is the one, but I've heard people say, oh, tequila. I have tequila and the next day I'm fine, which sounds a little...
Sounds a little psycho.
Yeah, it's a little weird because usually when you're drinking tequila, you're pounding tequila.
Oof.
It's never like, I'm going to just sip on tequila, you know, and watch this movie or whatever. When you're drinking tequila, it's because you're going to get banged up.
And the thing is, tequila on its own, or tequila like shots, like you're drinking something else and then they just keep bringing shots.
Is that the only way to consume tequila is in shot form? Like, how else do you consume tequila? Like chilling? Like, you don't like? Do you like? Well, you
tequila could make a drink. Yeah, you can put tequila on the rocks.
I mean, like
with soda water and lime. You could do it like that. But I just never liked the taste of tequila. Maybe because I was traumatized when we were young. and we drank
The
that
only
shit
drink-
with a funnel.
the only drink that I can think of that has tequila would be like a tequila sunrise or like a margarita, something like
Right.
that. It's a cocktail.
Like a Paloma. What does Paloma have?
Damn.
Tequila. Yeah.
Is that like a thing that's like as a new drink, or is it more of people that know their alcohol type shit? The Paloma. I never heard of the Paloma.
It's Mexican. It's a tequila-based cocktail.
Uh-huh.
You mix tequila, lime juice, and grape-flavored soda, such as a Fresca or Jarritos.
Oh, grapefruit flavored soda.
Yeah.
I mean, it's basically just colorants and sugar. It's not grapefruit there.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Yeah.
So what do you guys drink? These sorry, go on.
Usually, I just take a shot of tequila.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's
But you drinking a few beer skis too.
Yeah, of course. You gotta, wash it down.
tequila and Corona, like the staple.
and what does that do to you in the morning?
Oof.
Hot diarrhea.
I get like the beer gives me diarrhea, so that's the one what fucks me up.
It depends on the quantity for sure. Like, are you having more beer or you're having more tequila?
Lately, I'm gonna be honest. No matter what I drink, I wake up with a pounding headache.
Oh, really?
And I think that's dehydration.
Even with whiskey?
Even with whiskey, I think even with wine, like I think the way to go is having water with your drink, but it's fucking KSLs. Not in the homosexual sense.
You drink 2 glasses of water per beer. Okay, yeah, because I'm a fucking land whale. I'm gonna, like, I can, I guess it's the right thing to do, but then wouldn't that cancel out the drunkenness too?
Yeah, I'm trying to get drunk.
Well, I'm gonna start doing this at the end of the night when you're about to, before you go to sleep, or before you're about to you're done. I say it's over. You get like a half gallon of water, something like a large quantity of water, comparable to what you drank, and you drink that, and then you go to sleep. And then you suppose I've heard, I don't know how true this is, that on the next day you don't wake up as bad as if you would have not drank the water. Because what's the point of drinking if you're not gonna get fucked up? Like,
I remember this little trick that I heard back in high school. It's like after you drink a glass of water with ibuprofen, right?
Ibuprofen.
And it is true that the times I've tried it, it does help. But then later on, as I got older, I'm like pounding my liver even more. Like my liver's trying to process the alcohol, and I'm putting medicine on that bitch.
Feeding it down.
Just take a glass of water and Percocet, and you'll be fine the next day.
And grab the Percocet, put it in aluminum foil, and burn it.
Oof.
Then get a straw.
Grind it up.
What? That's the type of shit you see when you're in DJs, different DJs parties. Not that any of us consume any of these things, just alcohol, and we're trying to improve. Now moving to whiskey. Is it the same for you, John? Even with whiskey, you wake up fucked up, or does it make it better?
The ones that I've noticed, like if I drink alcohol and I get fucked up, the next day headache, and usually my temperature, like my body temperature is a little bit elevated as well. With alcohol, with beer, if I strictly, like, let's say there's only beer at the event, and I'm only drinking beer, I get really bloated at the end of the night, and and then the next day is very gassy. So I don't know, it depends on the alcohol for me, at least.
So is whiskey better?
Fuck. I think it takes less of a toll physically, but then you have the headaches.
Okay, so the headache comes regardless.
They're not as bad with the beer. With the beer, it's not as bad. But with with straight alcohol, yeah, the headaches are coming for sure. Winter's coming, the headaches are coming, like, for sure. But I still need to try this whole water thing. I mean, I just recently heard about that. I want to try it out and see if that helps or not. And
the thing is, when you're like tipsy or drunk and you're about to go to sleep, you're dehydrated. You can drink water, but you're just like too lazy to do that. And you're already dehydrated when you're going to sleep, and then you sleep 8-10 hours. And when you wake up, you're like, you're like a fucking walking dead. Just
That's why you need to keep the water bottles next to your bed. Like you have to like mentally prepare before. Like,
Man.
okay, look, today I'm gonna get fucked up. Put the water next to my bed type shit. You
It's
know?
a whole ritual getting fucked up now.
yeah. From what I understand, you guys in the U.S., you guys are fond of the Pedialyte, right? The Pedialyte. Does that help? That helps a lot, right?
That is one of the remedies that I've heard, scientifically speaking, that helps a lot because it has magnesium, it has potassium, it has, what's the other one? The other electrolyte. Anyway, it helps if you take that before drinking and after drinking. I heard taking vitamin B12, some folate, all that good stuff to prep for a night of drinking.
Then you kind of need to like hire a whole science team to get you through a night.
Yeah, after going to the liquor store, you go to Walgreens and you buy all of the vitamins.
And then you have 2 weeks of vitamin taking, preparing.
Have you tried the whole cycle, like Pedialyte before, Pedialyte after, and does that help? Have you?
I have not like compared and contrast like if it's better before or after, but I've done both, and either way it helps. It's better than not taking anything at all.
Okay.
When you go out to drink, is there specific drinks that you go to, maybe for example, to get fucked up cheaper, or you just know this is better suited for? What happened?
Drinks, John, drinks.
No, but there's one drink that I go to for sure, huh?
Which one?
Oh, my favorite, the Long Island.
Oh.
That's why I was like,
a Long Island is what specifically?
It's literally like a mix of like 4 or 5 different liqueurs into one. I don't know specifically what it is, but that shit gets you fucked up. Have 3 of those and you're good for the night.
It's vodka, rum, tequila, gin, triple sec, simple syrup, and lemon juice.
Oof.
And sometimes people put Coca-Cola.
Oof.
Bro, that's like
bomba. Bro.
What the fuck is that, man? Like,
it's an abomination. You have one of those and you're just like,
I'm pretty sure that only exists in America. In the US, because then we're gonna have some people say like, well, America is also South America. And Central America. And
the Americas.
But in the US, you would hear things like that. The Long Island. That's like crazy. 5 liquors into one and then a bunch of sugar, if that wasn't enough to fuck your immune system. I find it that there's too many drinks that are just like, aside from the liquor, the other ingredients are so bad. Like a mojito. I don't know if maybe a well-made mojito might be different, but the ones I've had, it's pretty much the leaves, some like Sprite type drink, and a bunch of sugar. And you can even see it at the bottom of the glass. And a lot of these cocktail drinks are of that nature. And when
my
you
go-to is gin and tonic or vodka tonic.
That's another one that I've had. I've never been a fan of gin, but since I've lived in Spain, they have a big culture for gin here. I think it maybe comes from London. And I tried it here with tonic, and it also achieves the effect of the next day me not being totally fucked up.
It's probably the tonic.
The tonic, well, if it's a tonic with no sugar or
water,
little amounts of sugar.
It's a carbonated soft drink.
The other day, I was at a party and somebody asked me for like, hey, can you make me a gin and gin? And I was like, okay. And I go to the counter. There's 2 different gins. I'm like, all right, let me just pour 2 different gins into the cup. And I get to the person, and the person takes a sip and like just like almost throws up in my face. When they said gin and gin, they meant like a gin and ginger ale, not 2 different gins in the same cup.
Yeah, that's the type of request that you kind of ask for additional information. Like,
yeah, gin and gin. You want
You want to mix
want
two
two
of them?
gins?
You want me to double up on the gin?
You want a double shot? Is that what it is?
Well, that's their fault too for like coming up
assuming-
with some new name. Is that,
Oh,
is that an actual thing?
and also for speaking to you like you're some sort of bartender that went to the, you know.
Right.
It's like, can I have a gin and gin? Yeah, the continental version. Oh,
Okay.
the fuck? But I find that with the sweet drinks, the cocktails thing, even though they're amazing. If you guys remember back in the day, though, Smirnoff Ice.
Oof.
That was my thing, man. That was my. I would get my whole fridge filled with all the flavors, and then I invite the friends from high school, and the girls would go insane. Oh my god! Oh my god! But if you drink that today, you will have the worst hangover because it's just sugar. And I know now, you know, the podcast, sometimes you hear it and it sounds like, okay, are these guys just growing up in a way that maybe we shouldn't be listening to the podcast? Because, you know, some of the listeners are younger, or maybe they're older, but they have a young soul. And they want to keep, and then the hero's talking about like, oh, vitamins and then Pedialyte and water. But I think that it's important for us to be vulnerable enough and open so that people can hear this. And then I'm like, oh, fuck, man, I was feeling this way the same because I have my buddies inviting me to drink and I have to sort of, you know, tell them, no, I mean, I'll have a water. And then they have to call me a bitch and I have to take that. When in reality...
And I have to take two shots instead of one. You know, fuck.
Right.
Because I ain't no bitch.
Because I ain't no bitch. And then I end up again in Memorial Hospital on a Sunday afternoon.
You see, now you're disrespecting me. Come in here and calling me a bitch. I'm gonna take the whole bottle to the face.
I ain't no bitch. Mama raised no bitch. Let me get the. You guys remember this bottle? Again, another abomination. Bacardi 151.
Oh.
It has 75.5% alcohol level.
It's primarily used to cook.
Primarily used to
because it's flammable
to kill rodents. Primarily
man,
used as
I
a
felt
poison in
drinking
India.
that too.
Oh.
What?
I felt cool drinking that too. Whenever we had that, we're like, oh shit, we're getting fucked up tonight.
Bro.
Yeah, our
I can't
bodies
even
ain't fucked up
imagine.
tonight.
Man, I'm telling you, you could die like drinking that. You could die. Like, and we would take shots of that shit.
Oof.
You know, I think we just should be grateful. And a lot of people that are listening, you talk to any random guy, a random person that you meet, and most people, at least in my circles, just wild adolescent, you know, lives. Like, oh yeah, we used to drink 3 bottles between 3 friends, and that was just normal. And back then it was like, and it's scary to think that now that we're like father level, I look at that and I'm like, oh, I get scared like an old grandma. Like,
Ay, Dios mío.
ay, Dios mío, llama. Can you call them? Where are they? Why haven't they arrived?
¿Cómo se le ocurre a ese muchacho hacer eso?
Oh, Dios mío.
Yeah, I know Danny and John are out there, and we used to get messed up drinking the Bacardi 151. We would take a hit of that mota, and then take a shot, and then let the smoke go.
Oh,
Bro, we put what was it called? A Miami shot or whatever the hell? Bro, we would put our bodies through the ringer.
Not cool, but fucking gangster.
Yeah, it was gangster.
that definitely gangster.
I remember just making up drinks. If I wasn't a little getty, a getty. You know, back in the day, we used to call them getties. A get together. It was a getty. Now, I'm not talking about Gettysburg here or like
Gettysburg.
the Battle of Gettysburg. No, it's a getty. And girls would come and then I'm like, oh, you wanna sex on the beach or whatever? I just make some shit up and then I just mix a bunch of liquors.
Want sex in my room? I mean, on the beach?
She's like, what? No, it's a drink. It's a drink. It's a drink. It's called sex in my room with no protection. You haven't heard of the drink? It's a new one that came out.
KIKO, there's something fizzing in my drink.
That's called doing a Dahmer.
Coño.
Damn.
All right, we got him, boys.
Talking about, if you're out there, and I know this sounds like played out, but really, man, don't take a drink from anyone like that. You know, like drinks, like when you see Jeffrey Dahmer's documentary, it's so scary. One of the things that's scary about the movie is you drinking something that completely immobilizes you. And I'm pretty sure some of these people, were like still fucked but they knew what was happening, but they just couldn't move their body, like fucking Leo DiCaprio on The Wolf of Wall Street.
The lose.
And that's gotta be the worst feeling ever of like not being in a situation where you need to escape and you're awake and you see it, but you can't move. But I mean, we could take that somewhere else. That's not where we're going here. So going back to the whiskey, I understand that you guys every once in a while dwell in the whiskey world, and you've been trying some Japanese whiskey.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been trying to get in the game because I like Nintendo. I like, you know.
I like sushi.
I like sushi. I like the Japanese culture. And I'm like, they also make whiskey? What is your experience with the Japanese whiskey in comparison to Scotch, you know, like just Scotland whiskey?
It's pretty smooth. The thing is that it's a whole nother world on its own. So every time I go and I want to buy one, I have to like spend hours trying to find out which one is good. And they get very pricey really quick. So I don't have like a staple like $40, $50 bottle that I can go and know that that's good for a reasonable price. Every time it's like either you get the $20 one or you're going straight to like $80, $90, $100.
Oh, yeah. And I think that is, you know, even for the broski doodles, that is a high price tag. If you're a weekend drinker, you know. What do you guys feel about, and again, this is not a sponsorship, but, you know, if anyone's getting ideas, shoot us an email. Black Label, Johnny Walker Doodle. I feel like that is like the perfect line between quality and value. Yes, you could go gold label. Yeah, you could go blue label. But when you're trying to keep the finances working and your addiction in place, I think the Black Label is a great choice.
Your addiction in place.
Here in Spain, a Black Label bottle runs you like $23.
Okay.
Which
That's
is a
pretty
great value.
Yeah. I'm going to need to buy a bunch when I go.
Last week, I bought a Black Label bottle and I drank it over the course of like 3-4 days. Perfect. I mean, not that I did that. Like, that's probably an issue there. But I felt perfect every day.
$33 here.
33?
Yeah.
Okay. Inflation. That's Biden fucking it up.
Well, I mean, where is Johnny Walker produced? How does that make sense?
Well, Johnny Walker, you mean why does it make sense? The price difference?
Yeah, like why would it make sense if it's produced in the United States and it has to be shipped to Spain?
Well, I'm not sure if
would it cost less?
Actually, it is produced in the United States, but well, actually, I recently found out that Black Label, well, not Black Label, the company Johnny Walker, they're not actually a whiskey maker. They're a whiskey blender. So what they do is they buy a bunch of whiskey from Scotland, from the big like whiskey makers, and then they mix it themselves to make their own little cocktails. So they don't actually make the whiskey.
Oh, so you're getting a ship from Scotland under the Johnny Walker name, quote unquote, versus.
For example, you know, there's like what?
It's made in Scotland.
Well, the liquid is
the distillery.
The distillery is in Scotland, and then when they send it over to the U.S. or wherever they go, they have these factories that pour the liquid and mix them and make different. You know, like for example, Black Label is a mix of different whiskeys that are 12 years. And then they make this blend. That's why in every bottle it says blended whiskey. Now there's this one from Johnny Walker that's the green label that I've been wanting to taste for a while. It's like $50, $60. Here it's like 35 euros. And it's a single malt blend. So what that means is that instead of having rye, which is that little thing that it's like wheat, but it's not wheat, it's rye. That's what most whiskey is made out of. But this one is made of malt, and apparently the flavor is different, and you know, it has a different taste to it, a different aroma. And I've been meaning to try it, but it's hard to get the green label. It's kind of like, you know, exclusive VIP.
Well, try the Glenfiddich or what's the other one?
Glenlivet.
Are those staples in your crew?
Macallan.
Yeah, the Macallan is a staple. It's pricey, but it is a staple. Those are usually the three that we alternate between because they're all like $40 a bottle, and they're good, solid whiskeys, all single malts.
Mm-hmm.
I remember when
they're all
Tavo
single
was here.
malts. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. When Tavo was here, we tried Lafroig whiskey for the first time. I think it's like Irish,
Okay.
and it has a lot of peat, which gave it a very distinct flavor. Very interesting. You should try it just to see if you like it or not. But that's another realm that I want to venture into. All the Irish whiskeys.
Oh, the Irish whiskeys, sort of like to go against the Scottish dominance.
Maybe it is. Yeah, maybe that one was Scottish.
Well, Lafroy sounds like Irish.
No.
No, it's coming
Yeah.
from someone that has absolutely no idea about how last names work in Ireland. And
Like as far as whiskey is concerned, I just prefer the one that tastes better with Coca-Cola.
The one that tastes like Coke.
okay, do you really do that though?
Shit, $100. I'm mixing that shit with Coke.
Really? Well, actually, yeah, we talked about this in our
Yeah,
previous
fine.
episode. Where we were like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
What the?
But John, is there like you don't like the taste at all? There's not like.
I mean, I would have to. I'll sample it. I'll taste it first. I'll appreciate the flavor of what it is before mixing with the Coke.
it's might be a great cocktail.
He serves it on the rocks. He goes like, "Perfect. Add the Coke." Actually, I'm going Dr. Pepper tonight. Sush it up. Yeah, that is something that's very common here in Spain. Whiskey, a lot of people mix it with Coke. Now, to their
Coca-Cola,
credit,
right?
Yeah, Coca-Cola. A lot of the time, they do Red Label, which that I can justify. I mean, if I'm gonna drink with Coke, which I don't, I just get rum. Because I just think that's the best mix. Like rum and Coke, that's I mean, by the way, that's the best tasting drink ever. It's just I cannot drink that because I could die. I could die. Like and the best rum is made in Venezuela. We look at Santa Teresa, Cacique. These are some of the best rums in the world. And I could go on. I'm a rum lover, but it's weird when you have something that you love but you can't do. It's like you love it, you know what it is, you felt it, but you can't do it anymore.
Or like orgies.
You can't do it anymore.
My heart can't take it.
Like an old sailor that maybe doesn't have the strength to take his boat out in a voyage. But he looks at it, he looks at the younger sailors and he's like, oh, I like seeing
That was me once. I did it better.
That was me once. We didn't even have GPS. I was looking at the stars. That's how I would make it. And I feel like that with rum. It's like a thing in the past that I look at it and I'm like, you little fuck. But we can't do it anymore. He knows. He looks at me.
Remember those days?
I remember those days, boy. Nah, it was good. It was good. I think for young kids out there that are of age, over the age of 18 in Europe and 21 in Spain, in the US, the best drink for young people is rum and Coke. Because I think it gets you energetic, it gets you confident, and it keeps you awake.
It's a good gateway.
Drink. I was gonna say introductory drink. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's a gateway to, to whatever you want, to whatever you want to make it of. It's whatever you make out of it. But rum, I think, is a perfect starter. And yeah, I think, but if you're over 30, you cannot drink rum. You need to start with the whiskeys, the Glenlish, the Glendilefs, the LaCroix, the Lafrois. Anything that sounds like foreign. The La whatever. No, I think it's great, but well, we're gonna cut this one. We're gonna cut this one a little shorter because I'm about to pass out. But for everybody listening and tuning in, we're gonna try to have the movie reviews say the movie earlier so that you can watch it before the episode comes, as that's sort of the best way that you can enjoy it. And let us know what you guys like to drink. And from the, yep.
We might even start doing drink reviews. Like, you know, that'd be pretty. Like a review a bottle of whatever, like whiskey or rum, or I guess not rum, tequila. You know.
Well, we could do like one day, even with whiskey, where we have an episode. You guys have a bottle there, I have a bottle here, and we see that where that takes us.
We all get the same bottle.
Yeah, same bottle, and this way we can both review it and all be in the same vibra, in the same vibe.
Oof.
I like it. We're expensive to the company.
We'll expense it to the company, yeah. Well, thanks a lot for tuning in, guys. It's the Broski Doodles in the middle. Subscribe, leave a comment, and rate on the Spotify and the iTunes. I love you. Much love. The commitment is real. Adrian and DJ, keep it real out there, boys.
Peace.
Peace.